Welcome back, folks. Nice to have you along. It's, of course, cold out there, and we trust that you are trying to stay as warm as possible. But we will keep you at least from our side, to keep you as entertained and as connected as possible under these difficult conditions. And we know that clubs are not playing at the moment, and in fact, most sport has been suspended in South Africa. But we, as I say, we try and stay connected. You will, of course, remember we spoke to Wilfred Pieterse from Masiphumelele a few months ago, if not a few weeks ago, now referred to as Spirit Masiphumelele. Wilfred is, of course, head coach at Masi. Wilfred, nice to have you back on the show, Meneer. How are things there with you guys?
Thank you, JP. Thank you for welcoming me back. Things are going, it's good, man. Um, I'm always positive, but I'm also optimistic. We in the middle of the beginning again. When we first started this, they said 3 weeks. Now we suspended for 2 weeks. So there's a lot of questions. Is it going to be 2 weeks? Is it going to be 3 weeks? But like I say to my players, let's take it minute at a time. Let's live in the moment that we don't miss the moment.
That's a no. Well, I was going to say that's a fantastic spirit. Now that brings me to my next question. Of course, I have been informed that we must now refer to Masiphumelele as Spirit Masiphumelele. What's the story behind that?
Yes, we've got a look. Even in these tough times, a couple of months ago, we got hold of Rassie, the Springbok coach, and he came down to the club, and we had a fundraiser. With this fundraiser, we've signed a new sponsor in the tough times. So the club is going in the right direction. Um, uh, the tough thing with Masi is we never had lights, and with the committee that's working at the club now, very much hands on. People go out and they do what they need to do. They focus on getting the club to back to the level where it used to be. So they got hold of Rob van Vieren. He was running the thing. It was amazing. We raised enough money, so now we have lights. So now we can actually train from normally our training had to stop at like 7:30. Now we can train till about 8:30. So we have an extra hour. And then lockdown came out of our control. Now we're back to lockdown. Tough times.
It's as if the hits just don't stop coming. I mean, it's every time guys get out of the starting blocks, you're just about to get the momentum going. Something else hits. Of course, we
Yes.
remember that devastating fire that you guys managed to also pull together and raise funds for. Um, COVID comes along.
Yes.
It's these ups and downs, Wilfred. I mean, how do you guys deal with that?
Look, man, that's the thing about the community clubs. It's Ubuntu. It's where people are really still looking after each other, and I think not that we are privileged. I think it's a good thing that we are still seeing what is really happening down there at the bottom. So if we at the bottom are not going to look after each other, we might be the only people that's looking after each other. No one will look after each other. So I'm sure that we'll take it one day at a time. We've been through tough times before. They say tough times don't last. It's tough people. The toughness that we are struggling with is the mental toughness, things that we don't see, which is very important at a community club like Masi. Guys come there not just for the rugby, but it's way more than rugby. So when the club's doors are closed, those people don't have a place to go to, and that's where me as a coach, getting to know them now, are a little bit worried. But what can we do?
Well, let's take a step back. If we look at where we were a few months ago when we last spoke to you, you were trying to keep the players active off the field, giving them training programs, getting them to go run on the beach, and then of course, so you were dealing with it. You found ways to keep the players connected. You found ways to keep them fit. Of course, you were itching to get them on the field.
Yes,
But
yes.
you did eventually make that transition. So you managed to keep them connected, keep them healthy and fit up to a point, and then you got them onto the field. So you've walked this road before, but tell us just how exciting was it going back, 3 months now, where you were allowed to do that first 4 week phase?
Yeah, JP, thank you for just reminding me, for taking me back. I think we take for granted the small little things. I remember on how itchy we were to get onto the field, and we didn't get onto the field. And now that we got back onto the field, it was amazing. Just the buzz at the club. Even we couldn't even though we couldn't. Oh yeah, my boys here, just
Well, you're
stepping
going to
in.
have to show us. You're going to have to show us that we all know that we are doing online at the moment. Is this is your baby, of course?
Yeah, that's little James. James is joining us. So James was very excited to have dad at home on a Tuesday, Thursday night. But you know, it was nice to get out there. It was a good gears, even though we couldn't go inside the clubhouse. We had to foresee as the COVID regulations. But man, it was amazing. And just when we started going, we had another game against Retreat. We pumped them. So far, I'm unbeaten, just beating Retreat.
Wilfred, fantastic to see young James there. We're of course assuming that young James is going to be a player for Masi one day. Has he got aspirations yet for which position he's going to be playing?
Yeah, James is his father was a scrum half, and he's going to be a 10. It's either going to be first receiver or second receiver. That's any dad's dreams. But if he wants to play rugby, he will be an amazing rugby player.
Tell us a little bit about the players at the moment, captains. In fact, tell us a little bit about your management team at Spirit, Masi. You obviously got a management team as well. We keep thinking about the players, but on the other side, there's also a management team that has to keep trying to keep the wheels turning. Coaches, managers, physios, and so on. How's your management team doing?
Look, the management team is it's a bunch of great individuals. It's people that really have the club's needs at their heart, so they're going the extra mile. We also have a food run at Masiphumelele where they look after our juniors. So where they're very active with the schools that's closing now. Normally, the juniors got their meals from school. There's 2 meals, and some of them that's the only food that they get. So the committee stay involved with the feeding schemes and making sure that they get Masi on the map. Because with Masi is it's difficult. It's not just Masi. It's Masi, Ocean View, and Fishhoek. So we are a nice broad community. So I think that was make us nicely diverse, nicely mixed race, and that what makes the club so close to my heart. I think this was one of my deepest dreams for South Africa to be like that. So the committee is amazing. Like you say, in these tough times, they managed to raise some funds. They managed to even get us a new sponsor, and the new sponsor on board is for the next 3 years. So there's hope. There's light in the end of the tunnel. We just got to keep moving forward. If we get to the light, I'm sure we'll all have fun together.
Wilfred, we'll leave it at that. Your spirit is engaging.
Thanks,
we'll
brother.
say to you and young James there, thanks for joining us. And we, of course, wish you guys, well, all the very best out there. Congratulations on your sponsorship. Congratulations on the lights. It is one of the things that everybody dreams about, and of course we'll say the most important thing to you guys right now is stay safe out there, and yeah, give our very best to the players and management.
Thank you, JP, and thank you for keeping us connected in a way like this. I know the fans enjoy this, at least for us to interact. So well done to you and your team. Keep it up, man.
Well, folks, there we go. Wilfred Pieterse, of course, always smiling, and I think that's exactly what it is that we're looking for from club coaches. He leads with such enthusiasm, such good spirit, and well, there we go now, spirit, Masiphumelele, and infectious in his enthusiasm. And as a coach, that's exactly what we need at the moment, to be able to carry us and our players and our clubs through these very difficult times. Right, folks, well, as you know, Score Energy Drinks is, of course, on board with Western Province Rugby and the Western Province Club Rugby Sevens. So, as you know, on a weekly basis, we give you an opportunity to win yourself a case of Score Energy Drinks. We've now, though, turned it into a triple hamper. That in addition to the case of Score, and there you see the logo behind me right now, in addition to the case of Score Energy Drinks, you can also win a case of Bash Shoes, and we give you a set of Cape Rugby TV masks in this triple hamper. So on a weekly basis, all you do is go to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV, and answer a very simple question. The question that we asked you for this week was, who won the 2019 season for women's club rugby, the women's league? Who won the competition in 2019? And of course, the answer to that, if you've been watching the show for the last few weeks, the answer to that is, of course, Busy Bees. Busy Bees women's rugby side were the winners of the 2019 Women's League. So congratulations then to Garth Lewis. Garth, you walk away with a set of Cape Rugby TV masks, as you know, and of course a set of a case of bash shoes and a case of Score energy drinks. So congratulations, Garth. We'll be reaching out to you on Facebook Messenger so that you can come collect your prize. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we carry on talking about what's happening in the world of club rugby. Back in a sec.